The mask Tyler is wearing in Chromokopia is actually very symbolic. It represents the idea of hiding your true self, like wearing a facade to protect yourself from the world. Tyler uses it as a metaphor for the barriers people put up when they're afraid to fully express who they are. If you are wondering why he needs to hide himself, well, Tyler's been in the public eye for years, and he's always been this larger-than-life character. But at the same time, he's a human being with insecurities, emotions, and complexities. The mask reflects the tension between the person he really is and the image people expect him to be. It's like he's saying, I had to wear this version of myself to get through certain moments, but now I'm ready to take it off and show you who I really am. But the mask isn't just about hiding, it's also about protection. When you're vulnerable, you risk being misunderstood or judged, right? For Tyler, the mask is a way to navigate those fears. But in Chromokopia, he's challenging himself to strip that away and let his guard down. If you pay close enough attention to the whole album, it's like a journey of self-exploration. You can hear it in tracks like Saint Chroma, where his mum's voice tells him not to dim his light for anyone. That's such a powerful message because it's about embracing your authenticity no matter what. The mask ties into this theme of stepping into your own light, peeling away the layers of who you think you need to be, and finally becoming who you really are. This became a major focal point in the album as we all wear masks in some way, whether it's at work, in relationships, or even with ourselves. Tyler's saying it's okay to take that mask off, to be messy, emotional, or even uncertain. It's such a universal struggle, and he turns it into this deeply personal yet relatable message. Tyler has always been someone who puts on different personas, whether it was the wild, rebellious kid from Goblin, the love-struck, introspective artist from Flower Boy, or the sophisticated, suave character from Call Me If You Get Lost. Each phase of his career has had a different mask in a way. But in Chromokopia, he takes that metaphor even further. He's literally wearing a mask of his own face. It's like he's saying, even when you think you see the real me, there's still something I'm covering up. In my opinion, a lot of it comes down to expectations. When you become successful, people start seeing you a certain way, and it's really hard to break out of that. Tyler has always been this creative genius who plays by his own rules, but that doesn't mean he doesn't struggle with pressure. The world has expectations for him, his fans, the industry, even himself. The mask is a way of dealing with that. He's acknowledging that, at times, he's had to wear a version of himself that wasn't fully authentic, either to protect himself emotionally or to fit into certain spaces. But Chromokopia is where he's ready to start peeling those layers away. And what makes this album so powerful is that he's not just admitting he's worn a mask, he's actively taking it off. That's a huge shift because it means confronting everything he's been holding back, and that's what makes it so brave. Vulnerability is scary because it means exposing parts of yourself that aren't polished or perfect. But at the same time, it's the only way to truly connect with yourself and with other people. Tyler has always been someone who plays with personas and reinvention, but here, he's stripping it all away. He's not trying to be Igor or Sir Baudelaire, he's just Tyler. And that's a big deal. There's also a track where he plays with the idea of speaking through the mask. In the beginning, his voice sounds distorted, kind of like he's talking through a filter. But as the song progresses, the effects fade, and you hear his voice clearly. It's subtle, but it's like he's sonically representing the act of taking off the mask. But the whole album is not about self-acceptance. But that's definitely a huge part of it. But I'd say it's also about the process of self-acceptance. Because taking off the mask isn't just something you do once and then you're done. It's a journey. Sometimes you take it off, sometimes you put it back on, sometimes you don't even realize you're wearing it. Tyler doesn't just present a clean, happy resolution, he shows the struggle. He talks about doubts, fears, and moments where he second-guesses himself. But at the same time, he also embraces joy, creativity, and freedom. So, in a way, every album he's made has been personal in different ways, but this one feels like it's coming from a place of deep reflection. He's no longer trying to prove anything, he's just expressing himself fully. And that's why the mask is such a perfect symbol. Because it represents not just Tyler's journey, but something we all go through. We all have moments where we wonder if people will accept us for who we really are. We all struggle with being authentic in a world that constantly pressures us to fit into a mold. But chromokopia is a reminder that we don't have to stay trapped behind that mask. We can step into the light, just like Tyler is doing. Well, that's all for today, everyone. If you enjoyed this introspective video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Until next time, see ya.